And so this is what it's like to be live.
Feels good.
This is what it feels like for a girl.
How do we see people? Two
People.
viewers. 2 viewers.
Oh my stars! That's so many viewers. So guys, if you're watching, we're looking at Patreon comments, and we're also looking at YouTube comments. You can type in whichever place you like, though YouTube is probably better because we get a live kind of feed of everything. But we'll check them both in case you guys have anything you want to talk about. Jeff's
Maybe I could just cut a track.
Yeah. Who doesn't walk around with earbuds on them in this day and age, Jeff Kanata?
The guy with the thumbs.
This guy. So yeah, if you want to know what's going on in Los Angeles right now.
Hey, I recognize those names. You guys are the best. You guys are supporting our show in an insanely awesome level, and we are here to thank you for that.
Yeah, if we're doing this right, we should recognize all these names.
I do.
Because
I do recognize all those names.
Strangers shouldn't be allowed in here. Stranger danger is not allowed in the Patreon hangout.
Why am I wearing these? I can't hear anything.
You're not. I don't wear them on one ear.
That's lamer.
That really looks like you're cutting a studio track. It's because it's 2014 and you don't have earbuds.
There's
in your
nothing
pocket.
coming out of this. I mean, what am I listening for?
Oh, you know what? It was because you can let people come into your hangout.
I think we should.
But
Let's
I don't know.
Do you guys want? Hey, evening.
Wait,
you guys
but don't
promise
that we can do that though.
I promise that we are able to do this.
Don't you promise that we can do that? Because I think that only works if you do it.
On behalf of Anthony, I promise.
I think you can only do it through Google Plus.
Are we on Google Plus? It says that right there.
Yeah, but I don't know how to find this thing on Google Plus.
We really should have looked into this.
I
making
should
that
have
big
done
promise
anything.
I just made 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I told you not to make the promise.
I know, but I did. We should have
Oh,
looked into it.
you nightmare! Let me see if we go on to the actual. If we go into our actual profile, I wonder if it has the Hangout Live and says that we're doing it. No, it doesn't have shit.
Where do you live? Oh, where do you live? That's what that means.
I don't care. Okay, we fucked it. Who cares? Who cares if we fucked it? Type a text
know
question
what?
and we'll answer.
Next month, it's going to be way better than
It's
this.
going to be so better. I'll tell you what, we've been doing this for a little over a month now, and we just got it to where next week you guys are going to like the quality of the audio.
Oh, that's the coolest thing is, oh, thank you, Steven, for congratulating me on my wedding. I'm literally leaving in 12 hours from
You're
now.
like a squirrel. Am I going to be able to allow you to see this while we're talking?
Oh, look, somebody else typed something. Oh, it's so great. What was I saying? Oh, yes, we just had an real live audio engineer come into this here room and set us up so that the show doesn't sound like poopers.
Not just any audio engineer. My stars know.
We got the best.
Do you guys like The Last of Us? Have you heard of that game?
I love it.
Do you enjoy the Nathan Drake starring in Uncharted 3?
I like that.
How do you feel about DC Universe Online?
Man, this is my favorite of the Universe Onlines.
We got Rob Krekel, who's the sound designer for all of those things, to come in.
Sound designed us
to the living room.
Yeah,
and
pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. We're really happy that you guys have been helping us out, and we were able to, because you guys helped us out, we were able to get flexible enough with our schedules and everything that we were able to have Rob come in and work his audio magic, and holy shit, it sounds so much better.
It's so much better.
It sounds so much, which is fucked up, because here's what's going on. Jeff's about to go out of town for 2.5 weeks to get married.
Yo.
That's not the
Italy
fucked up
style.
part. I mean, depending on your personal philosophy, that could be fucked up. But the thing that's a bummer about it is we have all these old episodes that we have to run while Jeff is gone that have the shittiest
Not that
audio.
old. It's not like.
Well, the podcast is only a month old, so no, they're not crazy old.
It's not like. And back down in diggity 3, we're it's not, we're not pulling from the vault.
Go into Google Plus, go to the Hangout stuff. You keep talking.
You stopped listening to me.
No, because somebody
sensed that.
Somebody squirreled me.
We're making it so that we can hang out on air.
I think I am. Doesn't even show it. It's just telling me to start a Hangout on air. I have no Hangout video. Nah, dudes, I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't matter. I think I started this through YouTube. It's fine. Oh, you know what it was? Google Plus kept saying confirm your YouTube account, and then I would go to confirm it, and we'd be like, your account's already confirmed. Fuck off. Just start a Hangout already. And I was like, I can't, Google+. You're being a dick.
Google Plus sometimes is a dick.
Yeah, so this has started through YouTube.
You know what? I'm keeping these on because this is a fashion statement now.
Yeah, I should take this
need
out of
it.
my fucking ear. Sorry that we can't have you guys come in, but you guys are all there and we're watching and it's everything great. Yeah, so we have some weird audio coming up, but it's totally fine.
Yes, it's worse than it has been, but it will be better than it's ever been shortly.
While you're gone, I'm gonna switch off between old and new.
Oh, smart.
So it's
they
not
just keep
all-
people on their toes.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's fixed. It's horrible. It's fixed. It's horrible.
Well, I'm also worried about people who are new to the thing coming and finding the thing and hearing just like the bad audio. Because these episodes that I'm running while Jeff is gone, they're episodes where the audio did not turn out
ideal.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
You won't even notice if Anthony would shut his big yap.
I notice. So, but anyway, I don't want people to just come and hear bad audio, even though you guys came and heard bad audio for 2 months and still supported us. So.
Oh, I like somebody just referenced. Do you want to get nuts?
Let's
get nuts.
Thank you. The pink shirt is actually my Wes Anderson shirt. It's got Margot Tenenbaum.
You gotta be more specific. You have more than one Wes Anderson shirt.
I do. I have like 3 Wes Anderson shirts actually. So I have this one that says, "I think we're just going to have to be secretly in love with each other and leave it at that."
Yeah.
And then I've got another one with Max Fisher that says, "I saved Latin. What did you ever do?"
Pretty awesome.
I've got a few things. Can we remaster Follow Your Dream? My dream is to remaster Follow Your Dream, but the answer is no.
Is that a bad one?
There's a lot of peeking because I don't know anything about audio.
That's a peak right there.
Yeah.
So anybody that just showed up, that didn't hear us at the beginning, we have to thank you guys for being the most awesome supporters of this show. We're so happy. Our first month. This is our first time doing this. Our first month of being on the Patreon, and it's just so awesome. We both love doing the show, and it's great. You guys are the ones making it possible, so thank you.
We should also say, which since a lot of people are making comments about it, I was saying in the beginning, right now in LA, it's like 107 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And
we're melting.
I hadn't showered because I just got back from Portland yesterday.
But you know what? You
sat
smell
down,
fantastic.
And so it's just kind of like, fuck it, we're on video.
I think it looks great.
Thanks, man. I'm just gonna do more of this.
I got the Beats Audio style fashion accessory.
This is a good look for you. I would like
that?
you to try to look like a 90s Dreamcast character. I feel like that would be a good look for you.
Yeah, like
a Jet Set.
Do you have a spray can I can borrow for it real quick?
Matthew Lawrence wants to know if we'll ever release an unedited version of the show. You know, I really only edit.
It's almost unedited.
It's
he cuts out our laughs, is what he cuts out.
I cut out a lot of laughs.
We laugh at ourselves
too much,
way more than you want to hear us laugh at ourselves.
Once or twice, I think, in an episode is endearing. Any more than that, and you're like we all love Jimmy Fallon now.
Right.
But Jimmy Fallon on Saturday Night Live just laughing at everything. It's like, motherfucker, let this happen.
Yeah, that's really the only edits. It's very, very much what you hear is what we do.
Yeah. I do some quick cuts of some pauses and some laughs and some stuff like that. But I mostly,
and usually our phone ringing a couple of times.
Right, because I'm a
per
dick.
episode.
Yep. So there is no really unedited version of the show.
Jeff Set Radio. Oh, Jeff Radio. You missed the easy one. Gambling
You missed
man.
the easy dad joke.
Yeah, Jeff Set Radio.
You went for a more complicated dad joke.
Yeah.
At least you let Jeff in instead of shaving. Yeah, I'm thinking about shaving my beard, and I tweeted it, and I got.
That's why I always check my Twitter before I enter anyone's
Make a life
house.
decision. Right as he was about to propose to his fiance, he just he pulled out his phone. He's like,
honey.
"Is this cool? Should I do this?"
All right, I'm good. I'm clear.
All right. Another Abyss is about to get banned from the chat room for saying that I should allow more dad jokes.
There's a lot of dad joke defense force, and I love it. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
I have to say, we recorded.
You all deserve each
today,
other,
and I didn't do a single one.
You didn't do a single dad joke.
No, it's like you're beating it out of me.
You know what the thing is when we pick our topics, because a little showing you the man behind the curtain. We do a week to a week and a half of these at a time when we can get together, and we sometimes pick 3 stories in a row that we feel very, very seriously about, which means there are no dad jokes and there's no improv because we're just fucking real about this. And then I'll be editing it and I'll be like, oh man, I kind of fucked us this week. It's a real serious week. So I got to get better at that.
That's true.
Jeff is wearing my headphones, which are in-case headphones. I don't know
Just in case.
I don't know what kind they are. They're the kind that have an iPhone control on them, because we were looking for earbuds before we started this, because we thought that I would be able to figure out how to do a Google Hangout and let people in. Turns out that no. Link to share. Wait, so this is a Google Hangout link.
Can you post that in the comments of this YouTube link?
I think
just fucking invert the whole system.
If you post a Google Plus
Total
Hangout
particle
link, Okay.
All right, now we're in a Google Hangout.
So what happens if I can join?
You are already in a video call.
Oh shit! Okay.
Take me there.
I'm gonna do.
Won't you take me there?
But how do I see? Oh, because people will come in and then we'll just see them when they come in. Is that how Google?
I've never hung out.
I'm gonna put this here.
CNC Podcast Factory. What?
Comments can't contain links.
Oh, fuck you, YouTube!
All right, everybody, if you're watching this on the YouTubes right now, I'm just gonna put this link in here, and we're gonna see.
What are you putting it in?
I don't know, man. I'm putting it in.
Ready to go.
Wait, what?
You will now enter a Google Hangout.
I don't know, man. No, you guys, this is too messed up. It's too messed up. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I thought I could. I'm gonna stop saying that I can do it.
This is the We Have Concerns monthly thing where we try to figure some shit out while you guys watch us.
You know what's funny? Jackie Talbot is in town. She's in LA. She's visiting her mom. And I was really hoping, because Jackie used to run all of our Revision 3 and Rev 3 Games live hangouts.
You tweeted the link, so this is public right now, BT Dubs.
I thought I tweeted the Patreon post link. Oh, no. Oh, well.
Oh, crap.
I did the wrong thing. I'm so off my game. I haven't showered today.
Oh, well.
Well, I'm going to delete that tweet. Shh. I'm going to retweet it with the Patreon link.
In his defense, he did write "fuck it" right before.
I did write "fuck it." So what do you guys expect? I literally wrote "fuck it" at the end of this link.
You know what?
I don't know.
We really appreciate everybody who actually contributed to
this. This is a great preview of the kind of bullshit you'll get by giving us money every month.
I love the idea of us writing this long ass.
Well, no, because if they write it and then. Because we're using
it'll be mirrored.
We're using the Google. We're using like the YouTube version of this thing, and it doesn't have a chat on the side. And I don't know if I'll be able to add people. It's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
A lot of problems. Refund.
So Michael Noth asked if we ever have any plans for long form episodes, and I think the answer to that is we really like the length of this show, and we've gotten a lot of really great feedback. And our response when everybody says we want a longer version of the show is. Listen to 3 of them in a row.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I don't like 20-minute episodes. I wish you guys would go for an hour. And I'm just like, wait till Friday.
Yeah.
Just don't check until Friday.
Once a week and you get an hour show. But we really think that one of the best things about this show is the length of it. It doesn't overstay its welcome, hopefully.
That's one of the things that when we were talking, Jeff already hosts.
Next month we'll do this again, but with 2012 technology.
So you thought it would be cool.
Bentley.
Yeah. So you thought it would be cool to make Jackie work for you on her off time. Good guy Carboni, huh? Well, Jackie. Well, we would pay her with some of the sweet patron money that we get.
Yeah.
We would pay her to run this while she's in town, and then she could also be part of it because she's starting her Twitch channel soon, and I thought that would be nice for her. You dick. That's what I thought. You horrible man. Also, I know that you snuck in here. I know who you are. You sneak. Give me $5.
What?
No.
What's happening right now?
Get out of here, Jeff. Things are about to get so mad.
I can't. I'm tethered.
I'm tethered. Yeah.
Thank this perfect.
So for me,
I get that a lot.
But now only from one person for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh man. That's so true.
So Jeff, Jeff is on DLC. Jeff is on Slash Film. Jeff is on. Do you do another one? You do another one, don't you?
This is the third one.
This is the third one. I thought you did 4.
Nope.
No, it's Brushwood who has 4.
Well, I mean, newest latest best, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, newest latest best.
Yeah.
So, but all of the podcasts that we have worked on or that our friends work on are these hour and a half long podcasts. And what I appreciate about those podcasts is the length and depth in which they can get into things, I think, to an extent. But what I hate about those is a lot of times it's not that there's a lot of depth and entertainment in those 90 minutes. A lot of times it's loosely structured, and we're just like talking, and we're just like some
and there's
dudes.
lots of topics. We try to stick to one topic per episode.
And I think for me, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't like a lot of podcasts. And for me, it was like, well, what would get me to listen to a podcast? What do I think would be interesting?
And it's having you on it.
And it's definitely, I would have to be a part of it. Like, that's number one. I was like, it would be really cool if I was on most podcasts. So I was like, well, let's fix that.
Yeah.
And then number two, it was like, well, how do we just get to the fucking point and stay there?
Yeah. And then meander off of it also.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I'm having fun already.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Andrew wants to know if we'll ever have guests on the show. We've talked about it. The only person that we've given an open invitation to so far is Kevin Pereira is allowed to stop by whenever he wants, because we were both on Pointless, and he was like, well, I love your show, and we're like, well, come be on the show.
Also, one of the smartest, fastest guys out there.
Yes.
Really funny dude, but also supported our show right from the beginning, was one of the earliest people to say to his audience that our show was awesome, which we're indebted to him for, and also let us use his location.
And it means a lot, it means a lot to have somebody like Kevin as an early fan of yours.
Big time.
So we've talked about it. As far as guests go, the two-person back and forth dropping into, we've kind of got to read on each other's vibe at this point, like when we're going to drop into weird shit, when we're going to get back on track.
It'll be strange having a third person in there, but I'm excited to give it a shot.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it may be something where the first couple episodes we do with a guest may be patron-only episodes while we feel it out.
Just to test it out.
And that would probably be a $3 level thing. But we definitely want to do it.
Is there an art to the pre-show banter you guys do every episode, or is that off the cuff? It's off the cuff.
It is.
Everything in this fucking show is off the cuff.
Yeah, there's nothing planned except
pre-planned.
for what the article is going to be.
That's one of the things when I see people compliment the show and say they're great sketches, I always get a little like, we don't write any sketches.
I'm always worried, and I always think,
because they would be better if we did. I hope.
Well, that's the thing, is we look at each other after we do something like that, and we give each other this half-second look every time I notice that's so fucking dumb. Every time we do something,
that was the alternate title of the show.
We do a thing where
so fucking dumb.
Yeah, we'll go through and we'll do a whole bit, like the Dr. Cool bit, and then at the end of the Dr. Cool bit, we'll look at each other like,
guess we did that. Yeah.
I feel like I'd have to choose between 1 hour long a week or more of the shorter ones. Makes them easier to listen to. Oh, this is a guy who does 3 1 to 1.5 hour podcasts, Nicholas. Man, yeah, to listen, and to listen to 3 1.5 hour podcasts. Whew. I really got to love
an invite to Stephen Hawking. He doesn't answer.
No.
It's lame.
You have an open invite.
You know what?
Hawking knows what he did. Hawking knows what he fucking did.
We always just get his machine.
You can't be on this show, Hawking. Don't do that.
See what I did there?
Don't do that.
When we call him, we just get his machine.
I'm genuinely mad at Stephen Hawking right now, and I have issues with Stephen Hawking.
Proceed. I know. I don't
have time for your puns right now, you asshole. Neil Meyer says, I can't imagine the writing session if it wasn't improv. Us either.
Care to dish on the gig you and Pereira both went out for? Well, it's not that we both went out for it. I got it, and we did a pilot, and then they filmed that pilot without Kevin going out for it at all. And then when they were done filming that pilot, they decided they wanted to hire Kevin instead of me.
It wasn't...
That happens. It's fine.
It wasn't like they had to choose between Jeff and Kevin, and they chose Kevin. They literally had both and threw one away.
This one.
But this happens.
It happens all the time.
Actually, this happens a lot. Behind the scenes, you would be shocked at how many times this happens. I hosted a show for a little while called Best Job Ever that actually they did kind of a low-budget test season with me, and then when they went big with it, Veronica was the host.
Oh yeah.
And then that happens a lot, and it's all the same 5 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
you're happy when your friend gets the job.
Yeah.
You know, like, go all for it.
And I mean, that's the thing. Like, the reason that I think the reason I was on Doctor Who's 50th was I think I was doing the job that Veronica was originally going to be doing, like the out there talking to people and like bantering and stuff like that. And I think what happened was Chris's dad died that same week. You remember when that happened?
Yeah.
And I think he just wasn't available to come, so everybody kind of got bumped up one position, and then I got called.
Yeah. It's like a little rotation of a knot.
I don't know that for sure, so I wasn't originally in it, but that kind of stuff happens all the time. And so I actually saw, like, there was this great talk that somebody gave at XOXO, which is this tech and creative conference I was at this weekend, which was like, you never know why a creative thing is going to work or why you're going to get it or which is going to – it's like buying lottery tickets, and you just buy as many lottery tickets as you can. And like,
if there's one thing you've learned from our show, it's spend all your money on lottery tickets.
Yep. If I
go wrong.
Listen,
cannot go wrong.
Give up whatever you're doing right now, because you have just as little a chance as anyone else to succeed at anything. And so if you hate it, fuck it. Just buy more lottery tickets.
Buy wishes and dreams.
That's all I do.
And moonbeams and rainbows.
Don't shower and just stay at home and beg people for money over the internet. Yeah. And you too.
You too will.
Can get replaced by Kevin Pereira. Oh, God. Somebody called out your Hawking dad joke. Do either of you guys have any excitement for the return of Surge?
Oh, okay. I'm going to take the center stage here for a second. We literally just recorded 3 episodes, and that's all Anthony would talk about. But go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about Surge, your love of it.
Surge.
Mr. Vegetarian, who is so worried about what goes into his body, is willing to put in sludge made from pure sugar and
concentrated orange juice. There's a little bit of concentrated orange juice in there, which makes it a health drink.
You are. I walked in here, and Anthony literally said to me, I'm not making any of this up. He goes, "Oh, it's sold out again." And I was like, You're actually buying it?"
He was like, "Why are you buying Surge?" And my exact reaction, like face and everything, was just like, I don't know.
It's so true.
I don't know.
It's so
sorry.
true.
I just
you'll actually hear,
like, you catch a dog, just like tearing apart your shit, and you look at the dog and you're like, "Dog, I've trained you. You know better. Why didn't you do this?" And the dog's just like, "Oh man, I don't do. Yeah."
It's the truth, man. He was just like, I don't know.
But Surge is a very important part of my young life. Surge was super important to me, and you'll hear more about it because we actually did a cold open on a podcast on one of the episodes.
Andrew says it has carbos.
It has so many carbos. If you need a carbo load, like the next time you do one of your fucking, I'm a geek, but I can also run, Bristol stereotypes, I'm healthy man. If you need a carbo load before that,
just surge it up.
One Surge, I think, has like 42 grams of carbs.
I thought you were going to go 42 spoonfuls of mayonnaise.
No. It's essentially the same. You can have one or the other.
Well.
It's basically carbonated mayonnaise.
Carbonated mayonnaise! Oh, that's terrible.
It's exactly what it is.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Or the best.
We were going to get beers for this. Somebody said, can you get other awesome drinks? Purple Saurus Rex Kool-Aid. Yeah, we were going to get beers. We'll do beers next month. Don't worry.
I think somebody's just asking for us to try to bring back these drinks.
Oh.
But we were going to do...
come back.
We were going to do beers.
Leave and come back with other drinks.
Oh, yeah.
No, but you were right. We were trying to get Crystal Pepsi to come back, right?
It's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. I know things is real bad right now and shit. We run out of burrito covers. I fucking love Idiocracy.
That is awful. Awful stuff.
So Stephen Martin is mentioning that a free Surge truck pulled up to his high school. That truck pulled up to our high school as well. But not only that, we had a Surge machine in our high school hallways. We had a deal. Our school had a deal with Pepsi. Like, we had Pepsi ads and shit in our school.
I don't doubt it, man.
And
schools need money.
Yeah, and so...
And they will take it by selling out the health and safety of their children.
I would have, like, so many of those a day. I would have so many Surges a day that literally other children, other teenagers with no fully developed cortexes, no sense of empathy, no inhibitions, these other teenagers that I would do drugs with and like jump in front of train tracks with, idiot teenagers would look at me and be like, dude, I think you're drinking too much Surge.
They're like, I just got done
That's like a lot of
cutting
Surge.
myself,
Yeah.
but there's no goddamn way I'm drinking that.
I just cut my girlfriend's name into my forearm. We're all gonna. Do you want to? Number one, do you want to use my razor blade to do the same? It's fine. I wiped it off. Number two, we don't want to drink Surge with you because that's a bad decision.
That is fucked up.
Matthew Saunier Blade. Matthew Saunier says the Mayo episode made me laugh so much. I instantly went to the Patreon after that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all again
Yeah.
for contributing and being here.
Those of
makes it
you,
possible.
yeah, and those of you who came in because I accidentally tweeted the public link instead of the private link, give me $5.
Well, us $5.
Yes, me and Jeff, my friend Jeff, who I
Collectively.
care about, and we share everything on the show
Halvesies.
because we came up with it together, and no one of us is more important than the other. Give me $5.
Did you pee green? Somebody wants to know if you peed green when you ate
Today,
ate the
lately,
Surge. Yeah.
how many times?
Just now?
Just now. Yeah. I think my diet, probably because I would only eat Surge, and I would eat those zingers. You remember, they're not Twinkies.
No.
They're the sugarier ripoffs.
They have the sugar top that you could peel off in one
Some of them
strip.
do, and sometimes they're chocolate covered, and sometimes they're strawberry. But I would get the traditional Twinkie-ish zingers, and I would eat like 3 packs of zingers a day and drink like 3 Surges.
Oh, dear God.
And then my senior year, we actually got like a coffee machine, like this weird '60s coffee machine. Like it looked like.
What do you mean by we? Your school?
Yeah, like a weird '60s.
Like your school saved up for a coffee machine?
Yeah, like it was
Weird.
but it was like an anachronistic one. Like it was a mid-century
You sure like
truck stop.
Principal Smith didn't want to
boing.
offload his old
Who
ass.
knows? But it was one of the ones where you would choose, and it would be like black, light and sweet, extra sugar, extra cream, like, and you would push it, and a little plastic cup would come down, and it would like pour it, and it was like a '60s coffee
And
machine.
then your teacher would
And
hand
I would
out
be
the
like,
cigarettes
I would
to
be like,
everybody.
tick, 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 and I would have like 3 of those and 3 Surges and like a bunch of zingers.
How are you not dead?
I don't know.
Listen, I love
honestly
sugar,
don't know.
and even that scares me.
Yeah. Well, it scares me too. And like my thing is,
Oh, Jinx, Eric, you owe me a Coke.
my thing is, I was telling Jeff, spoilers to the cold open. I was telling Jeff that my my ADD and everything was highly undiagnosed, and I also was a terrible insomniac. That runs in my family. So I think I
Had
was
nothing to do with the fucking sugar you were
Well, no, I was
ingesting.
an insomniac from like the age of 7. So like, I don't know. So I think.
I don't know.
So it was just like.
I could sleep. Give me more.
Right, but like, so for me, I think I was self-medicating a lot. You know, I was trying to figure out like the mix of sugar and caffeine that would make my brain feel okay, and also make up for the fact that I hadn't slept since the age of 7. You know,
Yeah.
so it was kind of like, really, it was parental neglect. I'm gonna say that somebody should have just taken me to a doctor. I'm gonna put it out there, horrible parenting.
Okay.
And also, you can now see that I'm about 2 inches shorter than everybody else, including other members of my family.
Call those sugar inches.
Yeah, those are the sugar inches. Those are the caffeine inches. I should be like 5'11", and I'm not.
What are the podcasts you guys like? You said you don't really listen to podcasts, but there are a couple, right?
There are a lot. There are a lot that I've kind of been getting into more and more. Just as if you're going to be in a scene, you should know about the scene. The ones that I enjoy: Welcome to Night Vale,
Yeah.
Radio Lab.
Yep. Concur on both of those.
Sometimes Comedy Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm.
But I can get a lot. I can get my fill of the fake bad funny is funny because it's fake bad funny.
Right.
Like I kind of get my fill of that, so I don't listen to it every week. Mark Maron when he has somebody really cool on.
I listen to every episode of Mark Maron. I like that show a lot.
I like Pointless, obviously. I like Kevin's podcast. I don't get to
Yep.
listen to it very much because, like I said, it's one of those 2-hour ones.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard for me. Comedy Button is a bunch of my bros, and I love those bros.
I love me the Dice Tower because I like talking about board games.
Mhm.
I like, you know what I really like? You're gonna make fun of me, but I really love Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast.
Get the fuck out of my house.
It's so entertaining.
What is that? Well, because he's
Because he's retired and he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's got all the money in the world.
Is he politicsing now?
No. He just talks about He talks about his truck, you know, and he talks to other wrestlers, but they talk, you know, they break kayfabe and they just talk about everything. It's really entertaining.
Okay. Yeah, and then recently Mike Rugnetta from PBS Idea Channel has a new podcast called Reasonably Sound, which every week is just about sound and the science of sound and the way sound affects us. And that's really cool.
Oh, thank you, Luke Johnson, for saying that about DLC. I appreciate that.
Which show?
It's DLC. It's the show that I've told you this so many times. You've been on it multiple times. 3 times.
Have I really?
3 times.
What is it about?
Video games.
Oh, Christian Spicer's show.
It is for the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks, it's Christian Spicer's
You're on
show.
Christian Spicer's show? I never noticed.
I am. I am.
So yeah, there are a few, and if I had my phone, I could tell you a couple more. But I don't listen to them very regularly. I kind of pick and choose. I go through spurts and sometimes I do enjoy listening to Back to Work sometimes. With,
Dan's show.
With Dan and Merlin Mann. I like it when they get super silly. They're fun guys. Pretty sure Anthony, regarding his diet, is describing the chemical components of mania. No, it wasn't mania. It was ADD, and it was a biological clock thing. But I do get. I guess I do get a little manic. I don't get any more manic than anybody else, I don't think. Michael Neth just put an episode idea into the comments, and I would say to you, Michael Neth, we have concernshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, we will promptly forget that.
Yeah, this is not us being like, fuck you, you put it in the wrong place. It's just, it's strolling by in a bunch of comments. Or
we get in to do these episodes and we sit down and we're like, oh my god, somebody sent me the awesomest thing on Twitter, and then we spend the next half an hour trying to find that tweet and we can't. So that's why we're trying to push everybody to actually just email it to that email address. That way we have one place where all these story suggestions are.
If I'm at a place where I'm on my desktop while I'm looking at Twitter, I'll copy the link, but usually I'm looking at Twitter on my phone. And I try not to open Twitter too much on my desktop because I'll just get sucked in and then I don't do any work.
That happens though.
Life hacks. Don't do a bunch of bullshit and your productivity goes up. I could be on the Life Hacker podcast.
What are our thoughts on Destiny? We've been talking about that a lot today, actually.
I got a lot of thoughts on Destiny. Yeah. You just did a good episode with you and Spicer and Kohler.
Yep. Yesterday. Check out that episode of DLC if you haven't already.
That's Christian Spicer's show about video games. There's also, before we dive into Destiny, Michael is also saying, I was trying to find a link to submit ideas. We have concerns.com/contact. There's a contact form, and one of the things that you can put in.
We have concernshow@gmail.com.
They all go to the same place, but it's all one thing. But Destiny is cool. Destiny is fun specifically with friends, not just with people online.
Right.
Has to be friends. Because Destiny right now is a fun, very simple game to play while you're hanging out with buddies, but it's missing so many things to make it a game that's genuinely an online social meet people do shit game.
Yeah, I think we were both talking about this earlier, and we were both frustrated with how it seems to be a empty scaffold for the game that they eventually want to make. Mm-hmm. And so the game as it is now has some really great mechanics that are super fun, but it just surprises me that they put this game out as is because it's not ready for prime time yet.
You were saying there aren't even like real quests.
No.
There aren't even like real. There are a lot of collecting quests, and there's a kill a boss quest, but there's no why or how or there's no randomness or slight change to them to keep them going. Like even there's a postmaster right now. We were talking about this, and all the postmaster can do right now is
send you 20 feet over to the board, to the bounty board.
Guy. Just send me straight to the bounty board.
What do you need the postmaster for?
And the reason is they're clearly going to put in an interplayer mail system,
right?
But they haven't.
They don't have it yet.
They haven't. All the things like I pick different classes, but it's not like that hurts me in terms of loot and stuff. I can just wear whatever I want mostly, and I can fire whatever I want, use whatever I want. Whereas like even in Phantasy Star, which I compare Destiny to Phantasy Star Online a lot, And even in Phantasy Star, if I was a hunter, which I am here, hunter has like melee weapons and is very good with meleeing, and there were rangers, and there were all these classes that could use different things.
Right. Because there's difference in classes.
But here it's just like a bunch of dudes that can shoot, and other dudes that can shoot, and your specials are a little different. And
it's very.
I don't know.
Another thing that bugs me, I didn't even mention this to you earlier. This is a nitpicky thing, I guess, but it really bugs me that when you finish a mission, it gives you this 30-second countdown timer to when you get beamed out. Why can't I just initiate when I want to leave? Well, or have my team leader do that?
In other games, that 30 seconds is usually like, let's trade the loot we got because we might not see each other anymore. Let's look around to make sure we didn't miss any items. But let me tell you something about Destiny. Number one, you're not missing any chests that aren't there. Number two, like there's no exploration really at all. There are little side caves in places, but they're very obvious.
And it tells you there's 5 in the whole planet.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. I'm just waiting for them to add a little bit more. They do say that they have this like 5 to 10 year plan for the game itself.
Yeah.
Great. I think right now it's something that I only play when I have specific friends online, and I'm looking forward to a year from now when they put all the content into it.
Agreed.
Destiny.
Although I'm very excited. I guess they released the first video of the first raid today, and everybody's been talking about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
So I'm excited to see what that's all about.
I'll see a raid. Matthew Lawrence, use if this then that to send the tweets to Evernote. What tweets? What would the formula be? I don't know. Don't solve a problem that isn't there. It's fine. It's not a problem. Just email me.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Just email me.
Pretty high level. I appreciate the ingenuity, but that's a lot of effort.
It's like just email me. It's cool.
What was the sound podcast
I'll
again?
Answer. Reasonably Sound. Yeah. What else do we have? Is DLC the mistress to Carboni, or is WHC the mistress to Spicer?
They're both the mistresses to me.
They're both the mistresses to Slash Film. Because that's the one that gives them the straight paycheck. I can't play games without a pause feature because kids. Yeah, it was really funny. It was funny to explain to Jess that I couldn't pause Destiny because it's a game kind of like World of Warcraft, and she's like, no, it's not. You're just playing another shooter. And I was like, yeah, you just summed it up without even knowing that you're summing it up. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to do it.
Babes,
My
in this
stars.
case, a babe.
But I do. Well, you can't fucking say that. That's out of line.
She's very.
That is out of line.
Very much.
How dare you? You're about to get married.
My own babe. I said it. I'll say it again.
Yeah, I just got my PS4 though, and I like having a PS4.
You got the white one.
Yeah,
you got the white one, y'all.
I had to do it.
This guy.
I waited because the white one is cool looking.
It's pretty cool.
And I wasn't crazy excited for Destiny. I just really wanted a PS4 that was gonna match my furniture. Because that's who I am.
Box quote.
That's who I am. This PS4 will match your furniture. Goaty. 5 out of 5. So here's some things that I would like to ask you guys as patrons and people masquerading as patrons due to my own idiocy. So shows up. We've been doing this for we've been doing this for a month. We absolutely owe you a strange and inexplicable video for reaching our goal.
What should that be?
What should that be? We're gonna do that. And number 2, how are you feeling about the patron feed? So far we've given out a couple things. We gave out Scott Johnson's beautiful digital artwork. We gave out the Society of Concerned Citizens wallpapers, which I actually use on my own phone, which I'm not going to show you my lock screen because it's full of a bunch of messages.
What are all those images? All those porn images you just pulled up. Well, that was weird.
There we go.
How cool is that? It's not.
It's not. Touch ID. Anyway, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, dude.
It's really cool.
That Scott Johnson image is rad.
Yeah, the Scott Johnson one is rad.
And we got a special little audio thing we did today that is going to go out in that little hangout kind of thing.
Freeze, I didn't say I wasn't excited. I said I wasn't super excited. Yeah. So we what else can we do? What else can we do? Like what?
What do you guys want to see?
I think are you feeling good about the stuff that you're getting? Are you feeling like everything is rad? Are you?
They want to see you eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise, man. That is disgusting.
I'll do it. I'll do it next month on the Hangout.
You do it anyway.
I'll do it after the Hangout's done because I'm running a little low on energy. Yeah, but I feel like we want to make sure that we're doing the digital stuff service. and
spoonfuls of mayo and dad jokes. Who pukes first?
Who pukes first? Welcome to our new weekly feature.
What it
Who
is,
pukes
I
first?
have to eat the spoonfuls of mayonnaise, and you have to say dad jokes, and whichever one of us can't stomach it longest.
Yeah,
or
whichever
short.
one of us stops. Like if I run out of dad jokes, or you vomit, we have to Freaky Friday each other.
That's funny.
Are you going to do an email newsletter for $25 patron members? Yes.
Yeah.
We've got that coming for sure. It's funny because it's like, I think one of the things that we're going to do in that newsletter is Jeff did a thing where he posted some of the suggestions that we got that we didn't use.
Right.
And I like the idea of that being part of the newsletter.
This is a really cool stories that we've gotten that just sort of didn't really hit us in the right way or whatever it is. But yeah, we'd like to open that up.
We don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be like a super crazy, like you're not going to get a full one of those email newsletters that's like a full-on website.
Yeah.
In your mailbox every week, but we will do updates, like things like we've got pictures and video of how Rob actually set up our stuff, and I think that's kind of some of the stuff he said was kind of useful.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I think it would be kind of neat to just give that to, as he was showing us how to use our mixer and stuff like that.
Someone asked about Garnett Lee moving out of LA.
Who?
Garnett Lee.
Who?
Have you heard the Weekend Confirmed show? Was very, very popular.
Weekend Confirmed.
Yeah, he started with.
Andrea Renee was on that sometimes.
She was. Anyway,
Who else was on that?
But overjoyed for him. Yes, I'm sad that he's leaving Los Angeles, but he has gotten a job. I don't think I'm at liberty to say what it is yet, but very happy for him.
He's designing capes for Destiny.
Damn it! We weren't supposed to say.
Sorry.
He's a cape designer.
I think what's really funny is I've never met Garnett. And
really?
Yeah, we've never met. Remember,
Really?
we've talked about that. And it's like, yeah, we've just kind of run in the same circles because video games journalism. And as we started doing We Have Concerns, people were like asking about Garnett and like, was he going to be on it and stuff like that. And so I was doing like Garnett jokes. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Like on Twitter and stuff. I remember Garnett being like, where are these coming from? Like, what's going on?
This guy.
What's going on with this? And I was like, sorry,
it
doesn't.
that we never.
I was like, sorry, it doesn't mean anything. We're just being like, I'm just being goofy because he was like, I don't understand why. Oh, I did a bit about you and Garnett working in the old days of publishing.
That's right. Yeah, you did his voice.
Like, and I did like, because I've never met Garnett. And so I just did like a dumb Garnett as a kid, as a British kid voice, and he was like, I don't sound like that. What's going on? What is he saying this stuff? Sorry, Garnett.
You would like him. He would like you.
I'm sure.
You guys would get along well.
I'm sure. I hope he enjoys designing Destiny capes because that's his real job that he's really doing, and you should tell him that we know.
You should not have.
You should tweet at him. We know that your job is designing capes from Destiny. Jeff Kanata told us.
Everybody tweet that.
Yeah.
Never.
Jeff Kanata, strong enough to kill 101 penguins in a fair fight, told us. Which, by the way, can we talk about that for a second? Because that cracks me up. I've been gone for about 2 weeks, but the iTunes reviews.
Yeah.
Which
how a monkey owns his podcast.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
We were asking a couple times like for people to put things specifically in the comments. And like y'all really came through.
So funny.
The penguin thing was in like 50 comments, and I just imagine being a new listener trying to figure out if this is a podcast worth listening to, and just seeing 50 comments about somebody killing 101 penguins. Just what is this?
So great.
Mark Uvari wants to know, will you ever discuss any responses on air to questions that you ask us at the end of episodes?
I've been pushing for this. I will say I want to do that real bad. We were talking about it.
I don't think it's a matter of frequency. Is it a weekly thing? Is it a monthly thing? Is it
I think it's every once in a while.
It's an every once in a while thing. Is it a thing where we
because we got some really great responses.
Do we do it on video? Do we do it as a regular episode of the podcast? Do we do it in the Hangouts here? Like what we're just kind of thinking about what we do.
But all that feedback, what you guys want to see is or hear is very valuable to us. And let us know.
Yeah, you can just how would you guys like to see it? Where should we answer? Like, if you were a listener, which you are, as a listener to the podcast, is it cool if like every week there's one episode that's just answering viewer responses, or should that, you know what I mean?
That
like
be something else.
Yeah, is that valuable, or is it more valuable for us to tell you about more new things that we find? I don't know. It's whatever you guys feel.
Your feedback.
Yeah. What else? What else is going on? We don't have beers. We were supposed to have beers. I know you mentioned that already.
I know,
but
we
I was
should
just
have
thinking
beers.
about it.
But literally, I am on a plane in 12 hours to Italy to get married.
And if you drink 12 hours before getting on a plane...
You explode. I heard you explode.
Yeah, you get up and because of the pressure
Yeah.
and Bernoulli's principle of lift.
Right, and
you
all
just,
the effervescence that you have inside you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they never serve effervescent drinks on a plane.
Yeah.
Ever.
You'll notice that if you get on a plane. There's never anything carbonated on a plane.
Nope.
And also because it could be used as a weapon. You get on a plane and you're like, I've got Surge and I'm going to make everyone drink it.
No, don't do it.
Take this plane to Kazakhstan.
No. You have to do what he says.
We have to do what he says. There's 42 grams of carbs in that thing. I'm doing no carbs.
Carbos.
I'm doing no carbos.
Carbos from now on. I like carbos. That's funny. I'm on a low carbo diet. Oh man. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah,
we got this weird delay where we're seeing responses to things we said a minute and a half ago.
It's pretty weird. Hangout's on air, everybody.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. Do you want to know what else I'm playing on my white PS4?
What?
Last of Us. I'm playing The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm playing the remastered version of The Last of Us.
Why are you playing that, Anthony? Why don't you tell the people why you're playing Last of Us Remastered so fervently?
I didn't finish it on the PS3 because...
didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it. Game of the Year. Gamergate. Hashtag. I didn't finish it because I knew it was coming for the PS4. Like, I didn't know, but I knew.
You sensed it.
Like, I knew.
Yeah.
Because I host, for the last couple of years, I've hosted E3 for PlayStation, so I'm around, and I kind of get the vibes of, what they're thinking about, and what they're, they don't tell me anything, but I'm kind of like, this is too big of a thing to not also be on the PS4. So,
right.
I finally got it on the PS4, and I've been playing it nonstop because they have this take-a-picture mode in the game.
Yes.
And where you can freeze the game and then act like you have a camera and spin it around.
So you're playing it like the first Dead Rising?
Field and I'm just taking pictures. I'm taking pictures every 30 seconds.
Really?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm literally every minute to minute and a half. What are you then doing with
those pictures? Uploading them?
I haven't even shared them because I haven't connected my PS4.
You just want them for yourself.
I'm just taking beautiful pictures of the apocalypse. You can remove the characters. You can choose to pull the characters out. You can be really? I want to pull out good guys. Cool. I want to pull out bad guys. I want to pull out just the hero, which
That's
leads
crazy.
to and so then you.
So can you be in the middle of a fight and pull out the bad guy so it looks like he's reacting to nothing?
Yes.
That's kind of awesome.
It's really cool, and you can do depth of field. You can do the width of your lens, and so I am never going to beat The Last of Us because what's going to happen?
Amazing photography.
I'm going to compulsively.
Level.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to compulsively take photos until I get so sick of taking photos that I don't want to open the game anymore,
right.
And then I won't play it anymore.
Oh man, I used to do that with. I love games like Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
I think Skyrim does this. Yeah, Skyrim does this. Where when you save the game, it takes a picture so you know where you saved the game.
Yes.
In those games, I never save my game unless I'm in a
beautiful
spot.
landscape.
Yeah.
That's what I want from Destiny. I want Destiny to have a button where I put my gun away.
Yeah.
And I take a picture of what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Come
Pictures. On. It's the new fun.
Somebody
just wrote erotica for no reason.
Erotica! Hooray! What an interesting thing to put in the chat. I mean, if you want to know, erotic, how do we feel? Feel pretty good about erotica. I'm pro erotica.
Yeah. Yes, I'm getting married. It's happening next week.
It's flying off to foreign lands to do it.
Yeah, we're eloping, for want of a better term.
Yeah, because I don't know if it everybody knows you're doing it, and
you
isn't
can't
part
use
of
that term, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
Because doesn't eloping imply that no one knows, you're running off in the middle of the night?
It it has a negative connotation.
That's not negative. I think that's a great connotation.
The middle of the night romp?
Yeah, I think that's cool, but I'm just wondering if that's a required connotation.
Well, whenever I say we're going to Italy to get married, they're like, oh, how many of your family are going? But when you say elopement, it contains the information that no one is coming with us.
So you're giving up you're giving up maybe the 100% proper word usage in service of condensing the conversation and getting the point across.
So I don't have to then go, oh no, it's just the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you, as somebody who is knee deep in the wedding plans, you're doing it right.
We were farther than knee deep, dude. We put on a deposit on a place and then said, fuck this, we're eloping, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah, and we started off the other way. We started off being like, fuck you, we're doing this on our own, who cares? You don't get to be there, this is our moment.
Right.
And then
was there a lot of guilt?
You know, it wasn't, I don't think it was guilt as much as it was like, we really realized that we did want our friends to be there. Mm-hmm. Because when you're doing something like you guys are doing, it opens up a conversation of, well, are we doing it totally alone? And if we're doing it totally alone, that's fine. But like, I wouldn't want to do it without my grandmother there. And and so like, well, can I just invite my grandmother? No, probably not.
You can't.
So can we just do our parents and no? Well, can we just do really?
Dominoes, they be falling.
Yeah, and it's like, well, and it's not even just like, well, if we invite this person, then we have to invite this person. It's not that. It's just like we realized that there were more people that we wanted sharing that moment than we initially understood.
So we're doing the right thing for you. That's the.
And I think, you know.
Well, thank you, Benjamin.
I'm having a lot of fun planning it, but it really is just like, it's like producing a show. You know what I mean?
It's exactly what it is.
It's producing a show.
It's funny that you say that, because that's how I was thinking about it. Back when we were thinking of doing a big wedding, I think the weddings I've been to, I don't like when they don't recognize that it's a show. This is a show. This is a presentation, and you have an audience, and you need to keep their interest.
At least one musical number.
Yeah,
really keeps it going.
Some razzle dazzle.
A little bit of the razzle dazzle.
That's all I ask.
That's all you need in any situation, is a little bit of the razzle dazzle. I mean, come on. Was the show a spur of the moment thing? We definitely made it look like a spur of the moment thing, I think, in retrospect. Because it just kind of went up on SoundCloud, and we just kind of like...
Well, the concept was a little and the concept was a little bit experimental.
Yeah.
But we had been talking about doing a show together for a long time.
We had initially... our scope had gone from everything from the stuff you would have expected from us, like, were we going to do a video game show? Were we going to do a nerd thing show? Were we going to do... what were we gonna do something that was expected from us? Were we gonna do video? For a while we were talking to a few friends about maybe it was gonna be us and them, and we were gonna start a YouTube network, and we were gonna do that regularly. And we really came to the conclusion, and I'm coming more and more to this conclusion as time goes on, which is why I'm neglecting my YouTube on purpose. We don't want to put out more of the same. Yeah. We don't want to do anything that we feel obligated or tethered to. That doesn't feel new and interesting, and we don't want to do something where we're going to get bogged down in that show production.
Right.
We don't want to be. I mean, I have been a show producer, and I will be a show producer, and I enjoy producing. But Jeff and I kind of just wanted to do something that was why we liked seeing each other the 2 to 3 times a year that we liked seeing each other before we lived in the same city.
Yeah.
Which is like exactly. Jeff and I would run into each other at Comic-Con or at E3, and for 15 minutes we would hang out and goof around and talk about shit that was kind of bothering us, or stuff that we had just noticed in the world that we were really thinking about.
Yeah.
And we were just like, well, how do we let's just do that if that's what we like to do. And if no one listens to it and nobody cares, then nobody cares. But like, we'll start with that and see where it goes. And so I think the reason why it was out on a SoundCloud initially, really quickly, was we thought that this would be the thing that led to a thing, because you get conditioned to believe that like the thing that you like making can't possibly be the thing that everybody wants from you.
Right.
Why would people want this? This is completely the thing.
Right.
And that's kind of what we discussed in like the Follow Your Dreams episode.
Yeah.
Where it's like normally you have to kind of trick people into letting you do your dream by giving them a little bit of their dream.
Right.
And so it was very strange to us that we were able to just be like, well, we just want to do this for now.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
you're probably going to hate it, but let's just try it.
And everybody's like, no, cool. And we're like, oh, no, cool? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So that's why it seemed like it was thrown together.
Honestly, I mean, don't tell anybody else, but it's kind of my favorite thing I'm doing right now. This is really has been so gratifying and so fun to actually create something that isn't just a reaction to other things. It's fun. It's fun.
Shane Bailey says that he's concerned that we have too many concerns. Just me? No, I'm.
It's a big concern.
One of the things that really worries me about this, and one of the reasons why it works, and is because like I can genuinely find the reason to worry about anything.
The problem is that all of these episodes are admissible in court. Is the real problem?
Yes. It's so funny. So my fiance had not listened to a single episode until just a few episodes ago. I finally kind of guilted her into doing it. I was like, I've been doing this thing, and you have no idea what it is, and you know that I'm spending time working on it and all this stuff. And she's like, well, I don't want to, because she hates podcasts even more than I hate podcasts. And so she was like, and so I was like, you're getting on a fucking plane tomorrow to New Mexico. So this was just a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
You're getting on a plane to New Mexico. Load them up on your fucking phone and listen to them on the plane. You have literally nothing else to do.
Okay.
She listened to him and she came back and she's like, I want to talk to you about the hooker thing. I want to talk to you about how.
Windex.
She's like, I want to talk to you about how dark you can get at a moment's notice. Sure, valid, fine. But when I proposed to you, I said no takesy backsies.
Yeah, that's the rule.
And so that's binding. And if you think that I'm maybe a little bit depressed or crazy now, no takesy backsies.
Yeah, my girlfriend or fiance or soon-to-be wife, we joked about being 70 years old on an episode, among other things.
Yes.
And so I was nervous about her listening to that one. And of course, as soon as I told her that there was some shenanigans about her on the episode, she immediately listened to that one as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And she has a great sense of humor, so she was okay with it. But
Jeff came over the other day, and he was like, he was really mad because Aaron is a patron. Aaron, his fiance donates $10 a month, and he literally looked at her and was like, you're stealing $5 from us and giving it to Anthony Carboni.
Half your money to Anthony. Why are you doing that?
You're literally taking the income
that we get
and then giving half of it back to Anthony.
I'm supporting your show. I was like, no, you don't understand. You understand. We split that money, so our money goes half to Anthony. She's like, I just want to support the show.
Sounds about right to me. I will tell you that. But it's so funny. He came over and he was like, I found out that she gave his show. And I was like, yeah, I saw her on the list. I thought you already knew. How would you not know about it?
I couldn't believe it. She thought she was doing something really sweet and nice.
And she was.
Very sweet and
she was. And I was like, I said to Jess the same thing. She felt guilty because she was like, I haven't given. And I was like, don't put half of our money somewhere else. Just listen to the show and comment and share it with your friends like you've been doing.
Jeff our money.
Like don't. We're getting into this weird multi-level marketing scam.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this weird Ponzi scheme where we're just I'm just paying you and you're just paying me every month.
Exactly what it is.
And we're just like the show's a great success.
I don't have any money.
Everything's going wonderfully.
I like this one. There should be an April Fool's Day episode that's 2 minutes long on why the world is perfect and nothing is wrong. Carry on.
So I did at Revision 3 a show called Nature Hates You, which was every week. It was
things that want to kill you.
Things that want to kill you that seem like normal things in nature, and how all the ways you're going to die from them. Kind of a theme in my career, I guess. With tonality. Now that I'm looking back at it, one more show like this and it's a pattern, and I have to go see somebody. But one of the episodes that we did was an April Fool's Day episode where we did Nature Loves You.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for what you'd like to include on a video version of the show? So this is something that we discussed very early on because once again, all of our ideas started off as video ideas, and there have been some talks. Kevin has a great setup in his studio for doing video versions of his show. Brian Brushwood has the same thing in his place where he does Night Attack live, and I guess Night Attack is a podcast, but I don't think of it as a podcast, which is why I didn't say earlier what podcast do you like, because that's a video, and I like to watch it and watch Brian and Justin, so that's more like a live talk show. But anyway, they both do really good video versions of what you've already listened to or what you're already listening to.
Yeah.
Like Kevin's video looks really good. Brian's video looks really good. I think for us, our thing was we didn't want to do just a camera pointed at us on the mics.
Yeah, I think the show, in a lot of ways, our show tries to be a little bit theater of the mind, so that when we do go into those bits, you can imagine that we're those characters. And I don't know. It's just having us sitting there on video talking is the best thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to hear what you guys think, but we also wanted to do it right, which is why it was such a high level goal on the Patreon. Is we don't want to half-ass it.
Yeah, it doesn't. We don't want it to be like we don't want it to be two webcams pointed at us doing the same thing. We want to add something to that. We have a couple ideas, but nothing gelled yet. But it would be part of We Have Concerns, but it wouldn't be the same We Have Concerns that you download from iTunes or wherever you get it. It'd be
its own thing.
It would be its own thing,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to be able to, if we did video, make it look good, make it edited, make it something, because that's why. When people are like, why didn't you do a longer podcast? I'm a big fan of, I come from like the YouTube world where is this longer
Tell me about
than
the YouTube world.
Is this longer than it has to be?
Yeah.
That's all. Is this longer than it has to be? Does this have to be 2 minutes and 45 seconds? Could it be 2 minutes and 30 seconds? And that seems dumb, but so much of media is delivering the message in the most entertaining way in exactly as long as it needs to be, with the timing exactly right. And so to do an hour-long podcast to me felt disingenuous. The same way that doing this podcast on video would be disingenuous.
Yeah.
Because this is an audio thing that we thought of to be perfect for
Right.
audio. And so video would be something more along the lines of video stuff that you've seen from me or from Jeff before, where it's like, no, this is a fucking production. This is a show. This is a show. So that's a very long answer to say, yes, we have some ideas of what we'd like to include on video.
Dr. Cool needs a costume. Well, obviously we know that's a tank top and some board shorts.
Or
maybe a shell necklace of some kind.
But is it a stethoscope
Oh.
with a lab coat and board shorts? See, this is the beauty about theater of the mind.
There you go.
Dr. Cool.
He's your Dr. Cool.
We all have our own headcanon for Dr. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Eventually, what I would like there to be so much fan art like Welcome to Night Vale, where there are 40 different headcanon versions of Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale. I would love for there to be like these different headcanons of Dr. Cool and people arguing about them. And when I say I would love, I mean that's the dumbest thing that I can think of.
I agree with Matt that a Ricky Gervais show type version would be awesome as well. We think that would be awesome. Very difficult.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends who are animators, and they're brilliant animators, and because they're brilliant, they are worth money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do some freebie. Although there is a guy, I think, do they pay the guy, or is he just a community guy who does like those really funny stick figure animations of Brian and Justin from Night Attack?
I don't know. I think those are awesome, but I don't know how they do that or who does it.
But I think those are great because it's always like those little 2-second bits.
Yeah, they're great.
But if we were going to do Dr. Cool on Mars and eating Jeffrey or whoever the fuck it was, like I'd like that to look.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do stick figures. I don't know.
Yeah, we would like. Yeah, we both really want to do things right, so that's kind of our goal.
Yeah, we just don't want to fuck up, guys.
That's the whole point of this.
If there's like one thing that you've probably gotten from us over the last month is that we just don't want to fuck up, and we're so worried about fucking up things, like in our lives, in our careers, in our like.
We have concerns. Why that's the title.
AJ Minotti says that Nerdlinger is his most underrated moment from the show.
Can I come clean on that? I want to come clean on that.
Okay, you come clean, but then I'm gonna respond.
All right. As soon as that word came out of my mouth, I was embarrassed because I stole the name Nerdlinger from The Simpsons.
Okay, done. Over.
Stole it. It just happened. It just came out of my mouth.
You stole the name Nerdlinger, but here's the beautiful thing about improv. Number one, you didn't really steal it because you didn't know that you had stole it. And number two, I didn't know what you were referencing,
Right.
so I wasn't doing Nerdlinger from The Simpsons.
Right.
We were just doing a thing.
Yeah.
I think
it became
fine.
its own thing.
It became its own thing.
I just was embarrassed that I stole that name.
We just can't bring
So
Nerdlinger back.
AJ, I think I just ruined your favorite moment of the show.
But I love that it can be the most underrated moment from a thing that's only been around for a few weeks and only has a few thousand listeners. But I like that.
Matthew Saunier says he can't stop staring behind us to figure out what the blanket is covering.
Don't.
You do not want to know.
Don't.
You do not want to know.
Don't.
In fact, I'm really embarrassed that we even referenced it.
Nah. Try to cover it more with your head.
I mean, Anthony already did a Patrick Stewart impression. Can't fuck up more than that. Oh, it's hilarious.
After we got done with that, I actually cut. There was a little. This was 30 seconds that did get cut, but there was 30 seconds of like us talking about my Patrick Stewart impression. And I try not to. The little bits that I do cut is I tend to cut us.
Us going, what did we just do?
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
that?
Like I don't like to. We tend to critique the improvs a little bit in the moment, and I try to just remove those bits. Not that often, but that was one of those things. Like afterwards, I was just like, well, I think that was probably like the shittiest fucking Patrick Stewart impression. And Jeff was like, no, I was gonna jump in and do a Patrick Stewart. I was really glad that you did it. It was good. Because I feel like Jeff's been taking the. You've been taking the brunt of doing voices, and I really want to just do more voices and do my share. You know, I want to do more voices.
Matthew,
it's possibly the pull-up bar.
Pull-up bar is the third character
the unfinished
on the show.
pull-up bar. Can I show you the pull-up bar?
Dude, are you gonna break the fourth wall right now and reveal the oft-talked-about pull-up bar?
Here it is.
All right, now we're an infomercial.
I knew where to find it because it's never up on the door where it's supposed to be. No, I haven't been home in 2 weeks, but I was very proud of putting this together. But you would look at it and you would be like, yeah, that's like 6 screws in 3 pieces.
You could kill a lot of penguins with that.
You could kill a lot of penguins with that. Number 2, it's not as easy as it looks to put it together.
No, I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it isn't.
I'm a fucking idiot. I am an idiot. Now that you guys have seen it, you can see what a dumb idiot baby I am where I can't put this thing together.
That's the third member of the show. He does all our audio mixing as well.
Uh-huh. That's it up until today.
Up until Rob Krekel came over.
Because goddamn. But no, we gotta, we do want to say, like, man.
Jeff's wedding dress is behind that.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to see Jeff's wedding dress before his wedding day.
Not until the day.
But we do want to, you know, it's about 4:15, so we're gonna wrap it up. But we do want to say, like,
this is super fun.
This is like the microphone that we are recording this thing on is a microphone that you guys helped us get, and the audio board that we're using that Rob came in, and the new episodes are going to sound so good is something that you guys helped us get, and it's like
you guys are making this possible in every granular way, and we are so grateful that you have stepped up and supported the show, that you like it, that you're telling your friends about it, that our numbers continue going up. It's so awesome.
Yeah, so we just wanted to thank you guys for that, and now that we understand more about how Google Plus Hangout works, we will next month.
Well, next month there will be beers.
There will be beers, and we'll be able to like bring you guys in on the cam and all that stuff, and we'll make it much better. We won't fuck it up.
I'm gonna actually.
All we want to do is not fuck up.
All we want to do
is not fuck up. And you guys are helping us get closer and closer to not fucking everything up.
That's very true. Very true.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you hanging out.
Bye. Is this like Twitch, where if I hit stop now, nobody gets the end of it? You know what I mean? Like Twitch, Twitch
probably.
So we're just gonna do this.
Now we're gonna stand here awkwardly and back away.
We're just gonna give you 40 seconds of. That should be good, right?
I think it's probably
that's probably fine.